Welcome to the heart of Sooner Nation, Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. And if you aren't familiar with the saying, Boomer Sooner, you will be soon enough. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Florida Atlantic Owls taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Oklahoma Sooners. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. About to put toe to leather and get this thing started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Oklahoma's offense will get the first swing of the game. And there's a man who believes he is always open. He carries that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early, and David, you're looking for him often.
And this offense better find ways to feature him. Find him, like you said, Jesse, early, often, deep, shallow. Get this man the football.
Fires it incomplete. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure with every win. That makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages, on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
Quickly complete. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
Give to the running back. At the 40, there he goes. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree. Arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen. A guy that didn't quite pan out at the NFL level because of injuries. This dude has it in him, though, and I'm sure he's reminding a lot of people in the stadium right now of good old Marcus Dupree.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
Yeah, and we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just...
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. The run to the left. Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
They'll give it to the back. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Arnold. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown Sooners.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Owls offense will take the field for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Nowhere to run on that when he loses 4 on the carry. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Looking for a block. It's Ncaa. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Lining up to convert 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. He's going to pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Gibson. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. Line getting set on 2nd down. They're going to run it. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here. Blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas is in front. They played awfully well today, and while there's no Darren McFadden out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 7 over Minnesota. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. On the move from inside is 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. And he will will be sacked at the 6-yard line. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Fires the pass, intercepted. Touchdown, Oklahoma! What a great play by the defensive, paying it off with the interception return. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Going to try to get it himself. That's a live ball. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And man, I love my quarterbacks that want to make plays and make those big plays and scramble around and get away from people, but you got to tuck that football away when you're going to run through on tackles and people are around you dive and make sure you got that thing locked up. He did, and defense took advantage of it.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Dropping back, it's Arnold. A little release to the back. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
They wrestle him down after he picks up 6 inside the 20 and down at the 18.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Touchdown Sooners! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Coming out with it, it's Washington. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Campbell. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
He's run out of bounds, but not before, turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Florida Atlantic has the offense humming. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
These are the plays that don't show up in the stat books, right? Like a great job. Look at him. He does an awesome job. Instead of taking the sack, clearly wanted to throw the football, scrambles around, gets some positive yards. It doesn't go down as a huge gain, but these are the plays that get you W's.
Boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he zing that thing in there? From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Getting some heat. Took a shot as he threw. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Leaves it with the back. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 50. Past the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick-6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
They're going to run it to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Coming after it. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They move the tight end all over. From the gun, running back gets to give. Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points. Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I tell you what, everybody in front of you, hey, I'll go by air if I need to. Good job getting in the air and getting the touchdown.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Rice came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Houston had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. On the run, it's Campbell. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. It has been a rocky ride through Big Ten play so far, and they're running out of time to turn it around.
Yeah, and sometimes the Big Ten will do that to you, right? It's a competitive conference. There's a lot of competitive environments that you have to step into, and they haven't been great this season. Let's be honest. But Jesse, I'm more interested to see how they finish off the last part of this season because it's one thing to have expectations and to get down. It's another thing to quit.
Yeah, you just want to see how resilient they are too, David, because the coach, he's been saying the right things after taking all these losses at the podium after games. We got guys hurt. We've got young players. We're inexperienced. We're learning how to win. But, you know, you're running out of time for excuses. You've now got to turn the page. You've got to show up. You've got to put it...
Reels it in down the left side. Got a lot of running room. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Owls!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close it in style with a 72-yard pass to the house. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. The give on the inside. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Back to pass. It's Arnold. Grabs it in the middle. Oh, he gave him the dead leg. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Now on 2nd down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Still on his feet at the 45. Flying down the left side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. If these guys wanted to make a statement, the statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop it. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with an explosive in the running game, a 59-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, and they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Steps away to find some room. And that is interception number 3 on the day. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
Well, he started rolling to his right. Because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point and he was able to come away with the pick.
Just short the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And the Sooners have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. So close to cashing it in for this offense.
Get set.
The secondary walks up on the line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Sooner.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
First down for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. They're working that left side. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Henry. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. The Owls headed quickly to the line.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on 3rd down. I know we're in the 2nd quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime, and get a little juju going.
After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Back to the air one more time. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, the give, looking for room. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own. Great field position. Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. He wants to throw. And it's caught! Touchdown, Oklahoma! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Ole Miss is down, but they are not out of it. Not when that crowd spent the morning in the Grove getting ready for this one. Let's see how those fans impact the rest of this game. They're trailing by just 4 to Ball State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Going to the running game. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Caught close to the marker. It's Sullivan. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Owls come to the line in the hurry-up. Going up top on first down. With the catch, it's Campbell. Tackled immediately after the catch. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Quarterback checking off. The play-action fake. Got it in the middle, it's Campbell. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The give to the tailback. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Florida Atlantic goes to work with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Safe completion on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his big tight end. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Second down coming up.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Wants to throw on third down. Lets it fly. And he's got it. Touchdown, Owls.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And he tacks on the extra point. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Handoff from the gun. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And now on second down for this offense. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's head back to Oklahoma and Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. The Owls want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. There to stop him after a pickup of 3. It's down to the 15. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Got his man quickly. Touchdown Sooners! And the stomping has commenced. And after that last touchdown toss, look out, Baker Mayfield's record could be going down for single-game touchdown passes.
Yeah, and you think of all the great quarterbacks and the records that they put up with the Sooners, man. It's impressive. And this guy having himself a day, spreading the ball around, touchdowns palooza. What a nice day.
And he makes the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll bring it back. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Fancher. He's got his man. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Wide open downfield. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Florida Atlantic going back to work after moving the chains. Fires to the big fella. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. New set of downs after that completion. They want to just keep throwing it. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chasing, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. It's first down from the 37-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Avoids pressure. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. First down and 10. They'll try the right side. Shakes off the tackler. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Arnold. Finds his target down the middle. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll throw it on first down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They go to the ground. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, going up top. Fires into the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll start the return inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. What a snag by the defense. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And that's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
A little screen to the running back. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have two left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Trying to find his man on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Sooners have moved it inside the 20.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. Here's the handoff. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal flag in the back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. Motion from the offense. They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the beatdown has ensued.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Georgia is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been sicking them since the opening kickoff. They're up by 28 over Toledo. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Trying to get to it.
There's an example of a dude getting beat one-on-one with his quarterback getting closer and closer to his end zone, man. That's scary.
Wants to throw. It's Fancher. Lofts one high and deep. And it's picked off for the fourth time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin the...
And the ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. The 50. The 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Owls. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back now.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards. But
And that ball is picked off. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
Well, you don't see this very often. A defensive lineman getting the pick six. What an individual effort to get his hands on the football. How about that athleticism? And then take it to the house.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. A first down for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Give to the back. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. And the Sooners will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't.
And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this defense.
Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Running to the left. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. They think there's room to run to the right here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The Sooners are threatening in the red zone. Movement here from the tight end. They'll run it from the gun. Slam to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
And the Sooners have their offense in high gear. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown Sooners! And the punishment has been extended. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Here he comes from inside his own 5, and the returner will be brought down. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Still on his feet at the 40. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Looking for a man. It's Fancher. Working that left side now. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And there you see the arm talent by the quarterback. Throwing a curl route into zone coverage, you've got to get the ball there quickly. And you saw the cannon this QB has.
Florida Atlantic trying to line up quickly. Pocket starts to collapse. That's caught. It's Henry. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. From the red zone, looking for a space. Makes the grab on the left. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw on second down. Touchdown Owls! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Line gets set, first down. They'll put the tight end in motion. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking for a man. It's Arnold. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. They'll mark it at the 8.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be
touchdown Oklahoma, and the route is on. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to get it through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Terrell. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. To the air on 1st down. It's complete to the left. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. Out of the gun, the inside give. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the 4th quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
To throw, it's Fancher. He's taking the shot. And he's thrown another interception. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Going with the ground game left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, "That's just bad."
Bad. Or, as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. flush this one down the toilet, move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
Now, I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the players. They need to be able to realize they just didn't do enough. So they've got to turn the page. They've got to go back to work, have a great week of practice, and put out a better effort next week.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.